Hello! Been a while since I've done one of these recipe videos, but today we're making scalloped potatoes. And this might actually be one of the best scalloped potato recipes yet. This bubbling, cheesy pan of the best potatoes ever. It's one of my favorite ways to have potatoes. This specific version today is going to be a little bit of a crossover between the very popular Marry Me sauce I've been seeing everywhere and a rosé carbonara. Basically, I just wanted something that was rich and creamy, but also spicy and obviously very potato-y. Technically, I've already done a 1-minute video on this. It's on Instagram. But today, we're gonna go full process. You're gonna see everything step by step. It's gonna be fun if you wanna cook along. All right, hair up, apron over, white sweater. It's my only festive sweater. The first thing we're gonna do is actually to make the Marry Me gochujang sauce. And the reason for that is because we kind of do need it to cool for a little bit after cooking it. So it's good to have it ready to go. We have the gochujang, we have some garlic, some shallots, some dried tomatoes. Also, I have two kinds of cheeses here, a gruyere and some parmigiano reggiano. Honestly, sometimes I also like tossing in some mozzarella, but we'll go step by step. Oh, heavy cream. This is what's gonna make it creamy and delicious. So first thing I'm gonna do is actually toasting my gochujang, just to open up those flavors. And to do that, I'm using the oil from this sun-dried tomato. Woo, bit messy. So just a little bit of butter. Can really smell the tomato in there. Now to add my gochujang, trying not to be too excited here as always. 2 tablespoons is a good medium. We'll add in my garlic and my shallots. So now once I have a paste going on, I can add in my cream. Just all right in there. I feel like both Marry Me sauce and, rosé carbonara have this creamy orangey sauce. So that's sort of what I'm creating here. Just making sure that's all combined together. So that's looking pretty good. Now I can add in my sun-dried tomatoes, which I've chopped up into these tiny little bits. If you want more texture, you don't have to chop it up as finely. I feel like there's already a lot going on with the potatoes, so I like to just dice them a little. And as always, because I want a little bit more heat, I'm gonna add in some red pepper flakes, a bit of Italian seasoning, pepper, being a little more generous with the salt here because there is quite a bit of cream. This is what it's looking like. Also, that cheese I've already grated, I'm just putting a little bit over half of what I have. Definitely helpful to have them prepped before you get started. Otherwise, the first time I did this, I was just like running around the kitchen like a headless chicken. So do it beforehand if you can. It's getting thicker by the second. This is my personal preference. I like adding a bit of sugar in there as well. Definitely spicy enough at this point. The Marry Me sauce. Good enough to make people propose, apparently. I don't know if that's true, but it is pretty dang good. And I'm gonna set this aside and we'll come back to it. So now, while I have the sauce cooling in the back there, I have my potatoes here that we're going to slice up. So for scalloped potatoes, I like going with Yukon gold potatoes. If you want something that soaks up the sauce well without getting mushy, still retains its texture. And also Yukon gold just has this like really nice buttery taste that I just think makes it a winner. This is the one. And of course for this step, you could use a mandolin if you'd like. If not, this is perfectly fine hand cut. We're not looking for something super, super thin. I feel like something like this is perfect. Here I am now, many potatoes later. This is 4 pounds of potatoes. It's quite a bit. The idea is for this to feed many, many people, right? So better more than less in this case because I really want to make sure I'm jam packing it all in here super tight. Now for the fun part where we're going to mix the potatoes in with the cream. Actually, is this a bit ambitious? Maybe I need an even bigger bowl. This is too much. We're gonna separate it into 2 bowls. There we go. I pour in the sauce that is now much less hot, so Also for my cheese, just combining the two now and also tossing that in there. This is going to be extremely cheesy. Trying to make sure that every single slice has the sauce on it. And the hope is that the potato will soak up all of this flavor in here. And the starch from the potato will also help kind of make this extra creamy. This sauce though, honestly, if you're not making potatoes, just eat it with pasta. It would be amazing. Combining it once again. A giant bowl of potato and it is splattering everywhere. Good thing I'm wearing an apron. Marry me potatoes. So now that the potatoes are ready to go, I can start packing them into my pan. Square pan here, I find it to be perfect for a potluck situation. The first thing to do though is to really butter it up. Really just spreading the butter on like some kind of paste. And it's okay if my hand's buttery because now grab a bunch of these potatoes. I'm gonna stack them just like this. Basically, we're gonna do this all the way through until I have the entire thing packed. Making sure I didn't miss any space in there. All the potatoes are now in here. Would you believe 4 pounds was just right for this? Really just with the intention of leaving 0 space in there. It's not over though, because now all this sauce left in the pan, I'm just going to drizzle that right on here. It is going to bubble up though as it cooks, so don't want to fill it up to the brim. Kind of crazy looking right now. Look at that. Oh my. So now this is ready to go into the oven. I am a little worried it's going to bubble out though, so I'm gonna put a little tray underneath. Oh, it smells delicious though. Almost forgot. Do wanna cover this in foil first. This is just to help the potatoes cook faster. In you go. Drip tray. 30 minutes. Let that cook for 30 minutes, then I'll take the foil off and add some cheese. Hoo-wee. This is why we need that tray at the bottom. Doesn't that look so good? Holy moly. Oh my gosh, look at that. Looking pretty good. I know it looks a little messy, but sometimes this is what makes it so delicious looking. It really just looks so perfect though. The last 30 minutes, I'm going to sprinkle on some cheese, you know, just to finish it off. As if it's not creamy and cheesy enough already, but you know, once again, we're going full indulgence. So here I have some more gruyere, parmigiano, reggiano, and also some mozzarella because I like that cheese pool. So we're gonna just sprinkle this right on here. Really just covering it all up. This is a little crazy looking. You see how it's like crisping up over here now too? So now this can go right back into the oven. This should be another 20 to 30 minutes. I'm just going to monitor it from here, but we're almost done. Whew. Oh, it's very hot. It's quite hot. It is bubbling, it is steaming. It's super cheesy on top right now. The sauce is really just going at it. The top parts up here are crisping up really nicely. Can you imagine bringing this out onto the table? Everybody's gonna want a bite. It needs a little bit of time to cool, to settle down. I'm just gonna give it a couple minutes here and then I can plate it up. It's just the kind of flavor that immediately makes you salivate. All right, I think it's ready now. Just serve up a little slice here. All right, there you go. All right, here's my little serving. I'm trying to not go too crazy. The idea is for you to enjoy this as a side to whatever your main is, but feel free to go as crazy as you can. But you can see how the marry me sauce has been cooked into the potato here. And again, the thing about Yukon Gold potatoes is that it's tender, but it still retains its shape. These potatoes have had like basically 1.5 hours and a little bit more to like sit and cook in that sauce, so it's really had the time to soak up all those flavors. The spicy, the creamy, that nice bit of tomato and gochujang in there. And for this one, you can see that there are some sun-dried tomatoes clinging on there. Ooh, that was a good bite. It's just, in my opinion, one of the most perfect potato recipes you could make. And so there it is, my Marry Me scalloped potato recipe with a bit of gochujang. Honestly, one of my best takes on potatoes yet. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying the holiday season, and I will see you soon.